Welcome to the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Steele, and today, gentlemen, we're getting near Halloween. It's a scary week in fantasy football. We have the triumphant of bye weeks. Multiple key teams are on bye. That should scare each and every one of us. So naturally, what will we do today? We will be going over a draft of our fears. Some stupid, some somewhat serious, all very real. But first, let me bring in our co-host back from the paternity leave, Mr. Phil Ruxy. Phil, how we doing?
Doing pretty good, guys. How are you doing? Just happy to be back. Feel a little nervous for some reason. I don't know why. It's been a while.
The bright lights are back on for Mr. Ruxy. We're going to ignore that hat for this podcast. Next up, joining us. Oh, look, NBA. Next up, joining us and going to give us a rundown of the KDFL week that was in week 6, Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes. How's it going, man?
Yo, everyone. It's good to have Phil back. It's not the same without you, Phil. So,
the same.
All right. Week 6 recap. We start off with the Elkview River Rats. That's me, yours truly, going to Hurricane to take on the Wampus Cats.
Wampus Cats!
Womp, womp, womp. I went into this game as a very heavy favorite by about 40 points. My defense did not show up at all. Lamar only got me 10 points. I only had 2 offensive players that scored more than what they were projected. That was Henderson and Rodgers. I had the 4th lowest points of the week scored in the KDFL, but luckily I was playing the Wampus Cats, who are pretty much a 2-man team. Murray with 30 points. Justin Herbert only scored him 11. And when that's your only 2 players, you need both players to score big. I don't know who this Khalil Herbert guy he's got at running back, but he scored 19 points. Wasn't enough. I win barely 215 to 203.
Next up, we go to Kanawha County, where the Kanawha County Kings are hosting the Baboli Bearded Bastards. Noah thinks he's better than Mark Andrews. Fant leads the Bastards with 28. It's a defensive show for the Kanawha County Kings. It's Kaiser White and Trayvon Diggs again with a pick 6. They combine for 57, but it's not enough. Although the Kings do eclipse 200 for the first time in a rare time, it's not enough as Derek, I got your back Carr scores 24 to put Baboli on top, 256 to 211.
All right, and next we go to Dogtown, Dunbar. I forgot he changed his name. Where the Dobermans take on the Marmette Midnight Riders. This was a fairly close game, one of our closest of the week. Didn't look like that it was going to be that way coming in, with the Midnight Riders at 3-2 and the Dobermans with only 1 win at that point. But it ends up 234 to 222. With the Midnight Riders coming out on top. Sam Darnold, David Long actually on defense looks like led the way for the Midnight Riders. And then Kyle Duggar as well with 20. On the other side, Josh Allen was the only bright spot along with Joe Burrow. Najee Harris actually had a good game as well with 24.7, but it just wasn't enough as the Dobermans come up short by about 12 points.
Next, we have our host, Melbourne Mega Powers, heading to the Cross Vegas Gamblers to take on his nemesis, Nick. And, well, I don't know. There seems to be a little tension between these two people. I don't know what's going on. There's been some shots fired from another podcast constantly towards our one and only Brett Steele. Anyways, the Mega Powers, they did not show up. They only scored 195 points. Not that they were really projected to score that many more, 212. You had Dak, scoring 29 points. Marvin Jones, 23. You had 1 point from your running back, David Johnson. Not a good sign. If you look at the Cross Vegas Gamblers roster, he has Brady, Cook, Fournette, Thielen, CeeDee Lamb, and Sutton going for a total of 161 points. That's almost as much as you scored, Brett. Unfortunately, I hate to see it. Cross Vegas wins big, 282 to 195.
Next, we go to Roxalana, where the Renegades are hosting the Pharmacist. Jalen Waddle has a heck of a game as he scores 31. Diggs comes up big on Monday Night Football for the Pharmacist. Where was that last week as he puts in 24? TJ Watt also with 28 in an impressive game versus Seattle. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The man has been on a run as of late, literally. Bazinga. 29 points for him. And let me tell you what, some are worried. There's rumblings in Polka that the Pharmacist may never recover from the Savage Bowl defeat because this was an absolute whomping as the Renegades win easily. I repeat, win easily. 309 to 241. Both teams go to 3-3. Next up, Phil, game of the week. Take it or no? Yes, go Phil.
And finally, with our final game, the game of the week, we go to South Hills, where the Evil Empire kind of rigs the system before it even starts against the Lumberjacks. Derrick Henry reports in 35.6 for the Lumberjacks. Cole Beasley with a solid 21.8. And then Cole Holcomb on defense with 24.5. It looked like the Lumberjacks may have stayed in this one towards the end, but it just wasn't enough to overcome. Patrick Mahomes is 23, Joe Mixon's 26, and Cooper Kupp with an enormous 36.3. The South Hills Evil Empire get the win, 277 to 233.
Nice.
Oh, and there it is.
Oh, I forgot. I did forget one thing. Brett, your record against your nemesis is now 1-12.
12. Yeah.
1-12.
1-12.
Ooh.
Not ideal. The game of the week went exactly as we thought it was. It's easy when you stack the deck for yourself to get that W against a very crucial game. They both go to 5-1. Congrats on that.
So, is it me or does it seem like the commission has something against Phil?
He stopped my winning streak 2 times now, so
Yeah.
I feel like he might. That's a good point.
Fun week. Yeah, my team does, but I mean, come on. We're fighting with one arm tied behind our back. We've talked about it all year. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. It's work in progress.
I think the KDFL is pretty. I think it's kind of top heavy this year. You got a lot of really good teams, I believe. You got some that'll hurt.
I mean, I think it's just a clear line of like 6-6.
Really?
And I think my fully healthy team is the line. I have been the line for the last 3 years. No, it's not about making it about me. This is a commission belief as well. I am the line. If you're better than me and beat me. There we go.
I see it different. I only see 3 teams that really don't have a chance, and that's yours, the Kanawha County Kings and the Dunbar. Oh, actually 4. Dunbar.
Okay, so we're not
Wampus Cats. So that's
okay. Okay, we're not saying that much of a different thing, I guess. Yeah.
8-4 versus 6-6.
Yeah. 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 Okay. I can agree with you on it. Who is it for? Me, the Kings, the Wampus Cats, and the Dobermans?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, so not bad. Well, okay. Still the line. I'm the best of the worst. The line's just down there a little bit. No, but it's always that way because like I'm always 6-7, 7-6. You know, it's not fun. It's the worst place to be. I usually don't have high draft picks, and I don't do anything in the playoffs if I make it. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but we're working on it. Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm just glad you're done talking.
Oh, nice.
You almost said that voiceover with the voiceover.
That was nice. I like it. But yeah, I don't want to hear it because I'm 0-3 in the playoffs. I'm just like the regular Detroit Lions.
Shout out once again. I know we lost over at the beginning. Welcome back, Phil. You all might notice the production value has taken a little step forward. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, I've been working on it for about 2.5 years.
My
now, so
God, no, I was talking about me not having the reins anymore on that bad boy because I mean it was.
Yeah.
It was basic. I mean, we got it done, but it was basic. It was a triage job. So,
it wasn't bad.
So, gentlemen, what about in the rest of the NFL before we move on to the
What do you get? The thing that stuck out to me was Baltimore kind of just manhandling the Chargers this week.
It is a big standout.
Yeah, I thought the Chargers were for real. I didn't see that coming.
Oh,
They still may be for real.
I mean, yeah, it's just 1 week, but Baltimore, remember at the beginning of the season, everyone was like, Baltimore, they're not anything.
Yeah, they just haven't really excited me this year. I didn't really think they were going to be that good, honestly. If they were, I thought they'd kind of be underwhelming.
And to be honest, Lamar didn't even have all that great of a game this week. But yet, here they are, 5-1.
It looks like, of course, we started off Thursday with the Eagles and Bucks. I've made this comparison before. It looks like it's getting more mainstream comparison. As is always, we're ahead of the curve here at the KDFL podcast. Jalen Hurts is simply Tim Tebow. It's just what it is. He's Tim Tebow.
You think so?
I don't
Yeah.
know about that.
The mechanics aren't great. He's not very good, but he produces for fantasy. So you like him on your fantasy team, but you don't know if he'll be there
I
next
think
year.
that's a little bit better than Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow was awesome
Yeah,
for fantasy.
What?
Yes, the running.
I need someone to pull up stats on Tim Tebow.
I mean, you got it's not hard. Shouldn't take long to get his year stats.
I don't want to discount Hurts because of the comparison, but I thought Tebow was an okay quarterback.
Are we not discounting Tebow because of the comparison? Let's take a beat here. Tebow won a playoff game against
That's
the
what I'm
Steelers.
saying, yeah.
What's it?
But I'm saying, I think to not discount Tebow, I still think Jalen Hurts is way better than Tebow, even though I thought Tebow was a decent quarterback.
Yeah,
I think it's much closer than you all think.
Well, it's not. I'm looking at. I pulled his stats up. 3 years, 2 with Denver, 1 with the Jets. He had a total of 98 points in 2010, 199 in 2011, and 11.
That's the one. He didn't. The Jets. He didn't start quarterback for the Jets. The 2011 or the 200 points.
That's not good for a quarterback though. That's middle of the road.
Dude.
Mahomes is getting over 300 usually, isn't he?
My God! What a leap we took right there.
Okay,
What-
I mean that's what
What
I'm
a
saying.
jump we took.
The top is near 300, so he's more near the middle.
Jalen Hurts is gonna be.
What is he on pace for? Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's he averaging?
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. I'll pull up last year's to see where that would rank you. I could be eating a lot of crow here, but it's very similar to me. He's not good, but he's good for fantasy. Is my point.
Well, I mean, he could be good,
yeah.
but I just for fantasy wise, but I think he's way better than Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
What has shown you that he's way better than Tim Tebow? He's inaccurate. He's mobile, I guess.
Yeah, he runs.
Yeah, I mean.
Tim Tebow ran some.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
Not
but he's
fast.
more just
Brett, you lost this
I
argument.
don't know.
No, I
Just-
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
I
It's
promise
over.
you guys. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Here it is.
Jalen Hurts.
Let's see.
I said it right?
Oh, 200 awful far down there. Hold on.
Hurts is averaging 25 points a game right now. If he finishes that at a 16-game pace, or actually 17,
Dude,
that's
All right.
425.
He already
425
has
points.
151 fantasy points this year.
He's on pace for 425.
Yeah, I mean, Brett, you got destroyed.
No, I didn't.
It's over.
First off, that's completely different time, by the way. We're talking about 10 years ago in the league.
Oh, now the argument.
We are talking about 10 years ago in the league, but yes, he is. Okay, give me the starting quarterback that's most like Tim Tebow in the league right now. Who is it?
There is one. They're bad.
There is.
They're
If
all-
there has to be one, who is it? It's Jalen Hurts.
Taysom Hill.
Oh my God!
I like it, Phil. I like it.
If there has to be one, it's Jalen Hurts.
There
I don't
doesn't.
know about that.
No, dude.
If there has to be one, if there has to be a starting quarterback in the league that is most like Tim Tebow when he was a starting quarterback in the league,
Why do you say that though?
because he stinks. He's inaccurate as crap. He doesn't make
We're
the
not-
best decisions, and he's mobile, so he gets points, so he's okay for fantasy. And I don't know that Tebow started every game in 2011. I could be wrong, but
You're terrible. Hurts he's 5th in fantasy points.
yeah,
There was never a
I'm
time
not, this
Tebow
isn't
was
an
5th
anti-fantasy
in
argument.
fantasy.
I don't think he started all year like that. But
I don't care.
Well, that kind of matters, don't you think?
If Tebow put up these kind of numbers, he would still be a quarterback in the league.
You are absolutely nuts. Do you understand? Jalen Hurts might
You're-
not make it through this year. He might not be there next year. They have 3 picks in the maybe in the
Okay.
first round. 3 picks, maybe in the top 15. They're taking a quarterback. He's not the guy. I promise you, he's not the guy.
He might not be the guy. That's not the argument.
So if he was so
he's
good,
still better than Tebow. Way better than Tebow.
I'm saying that is the comparison right now. He's not good, but he's good for fantasy.
He's got 1,500 yards passing, 300 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Tebow never got anything like that.
He's not good.
The argument you like how he moved the field post on this one.
That's what I do.
Yeah, don't be moving the field goal post when you don't even want a kicker in the game.
Not the only one that's made this comparison. In fact, I thought y'all were going to think I stole it from somebody else.
Would you listen to Cowherd again or something?
No, genius, by the way. My hero, Colin Cowherd, absolute genius.
All right.
Anyway,
let me get off this.
Yeah,
we won. You lost this argument.
No, you don't do that. You get bam.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put it to the fans.
That's it.
We're open up to the fans. I want to know if you have to pick a starting quarterback in the league right now whose game most resembles Tim Tebow's. Who is it, and why is it Jalen Hurts? Because it's obvious.
That wasn't the original.
That's what I said. That's the comparison I'm making. It's good for fans. I'm
still saying it's not a comparison.
I don't think so either.
I'm saying if you have to pick someone, yes, I know. If you have to pick one that would be him, it would be Jalen Hurts.
No.
All right, let me take a look.
Then give me the different starting quarterback.
First of all, I don't think they're anything alike. I'm going Jared Goff. Because he is garbage.
All right, let us know what y'all think. I'm sure that'll get strong responses all the way around. All right. What we got? We want to jump right into fears now. There's not a lot. That last week was terrible in the NFL. It just wasn't a fun week.
Yeah, it wasn't a really good week.
There wasn't a lot of close games. I guess you had the Cowboys and Patriots towards the end.
Yeah.
The
Monday night game was
Monday
great.
night was really good. Yeah.
How about Knox having a broken hand, still staying in to throw the 2-point conversion?
That's pretty beast.
Yeah,
He has had this is obviously his come out year. Absolutely incredible. All right, how do we want to do this? We're gonna draft. All right, so this is the bye week superstorm, basically. A ton of teams are on bye. Off the top of my head, you see, we got the Cowboys, the Jaguars, the Steelers, the Bills. I mean, and all these teams have multiple. The problem is not how many teams you're on by. It's the problem that all these teams have multiple fantasy players that you would typically use. So people are trying to make through it. This is a little bit scary. So we thought, in the honor of Halloween and what we're dealing with in fantasy this week, we will do our draft of fears.
We're not really doing a draft, are we?
I mean, basically, you can get sniped. I want to know, yeah. What's the difference?
Okay, I'm going to apologize because I did not prepare for this. I thought we were just doing fears like our normal.
What is the difference? Do you think anybody's going to take one of your fears?
No.
Okay, then what is the difference?
Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I mean, same thing. I mean, you're just going to have to name your fears. Basically.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead first, Detroit, then Phil, then me.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with something totally ridiculous right off the bat. And this is so dumb. I don't know. I think this goes back to when I was a little kid. But I have a kind of a phobia for stickers. Yes. Yes. I'm saying stickers. I hate them. I can't stand them. And I think it goes back. Now, I'm dating myself here. We had Scratch and Sniff. Do you guys remember Scratch and Sniff stickers?
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about the first sticker. You were there.
No, but I just remember the kids were into it, and somehow one stunk so bad it just made me gag. And from there on, I have this I hate stickers. I don't even like to look at buying clothes when there's stickers. Like hats, I despise it. I don't know. It's stupid. I don't like them. I don't even like them being in the house.
I get out of that in the house.
The kid will put them on the fridge. I can't stand it. If I get a chance and no one's paying attention, I'll rip that thing off. I just hate them. It's stupid. I know. It's dumb.
I know people that hate the feeling on the other side of them.
Yeah.
Like the stickiness. That's not it though?
No, that's another thing. I hate anything sticky, like being stuck in your hands. Like I know we went to Snowshoe this year and we're doing the segways. And they actually let you go through like a little part in the woods.
Yeah.
and I crashed into like a tree, and it was full of sap.
Yeah.
Full of
That's
sap.
the tree sap's the worst. The worst.
Dude, I was so disgusted by it.
No, tree sap.
I washed my hands for like an hour. Yeah.
Stickers.
I hear someone in the background trying to get on the podcast.
Yep.
Which one of you guys is that?
This is not mine.
Yeah, real quick. That's Oliver. He's not too happy, it sounds like.
Nice.
So
He likes
Right across
stickers.
the street. There you go. Right across the street, they're building a house as well. So you might hear some really loud noise. Like I just heard him hammering a second ago.
Oh, poor Oliver.
Filling that new subdivision.
Must be time to eat.
Filling that new subdivision. Got that podcast money.
Oh yeah, I wish.
All right, you're up.
All right, this one I don't really have a backstory like Detroit. I don't know why. I have this fear. Yeah, no, I mean, I actually have the phobia name. I looked those up. I just want to make sure I got it. I'm gonna go with megalophobia.
Nice. I don't know what it is, but I love that you pronounced it.
Fear of the mega powers.
Oh shoot! I should
Gotta
use
be
that word now. No, you wish. It's actually the fear of large things, like abandoned warehouses. They like creep me out so much. Like if you're driving down the road and like, especially in West Virginia, like in the back roads, and you see just a giant warehouse and it's like old and run down, it just creeps the crap out of me. And those the smokestacks as well, they just like really creep me out. I don't know why.
That's pretty cool though. I like it. It's different. It's different.
Yeah, it just creeps me out. I don't know why.
I can see it.
All right, I'll go. Stickers and large buildings.
There you go.
One of my fears is the key part of this is unexpectedly, the unexpected part. Okay. Unexpectedly being without the use of your phone, like either cellular data, Wi-Fi, or your phone being dead. My phone is almost always, when I leave, it's almost always fully charged. I'm always on top of it. And I have a good compadre that may be the GM of the Kanawha County Kings that once famously said, if you made me choose between paying my cell phone bill and my electricity bill, I would pay the cell phone bill. You can charge it in your car, okay?
Nice, I like it.
Yeah, I hate being. Don't get me wrong. You need to disconnect and get away and all that, but on your own schedule. Not. I hate have to think about everybody freaking out, where I'm at, what's going on. I'm not answering all this stuff. I always have to be right there.
I'm right there with you because, like, anytime we do a cruise, I'm always wanting to do the outrageous internet package.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah, same. That's what I do. Yeah.
But the wife's like, no, that's a waste, and you can just disconnect for a couple days. I was like, no, what if it's an emergency?
You're right.
But
what if it's a sports news?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I always try to say, well, what if it's my dad or something? His health's not great.
Gotta go the heartstring route. Yeah,
that's right.
I'm just saying, I feel like I have to take like a charger, like no matter where I go. Like
I always have a charger. Yeah,
for sure, absolutely. All right, next. I'm gonna go. I have a fear.
I love it, dude.
I have a fear of mayonnaise. It is so gross.
It is absolutely disgusting, man. I'm scared of it.
Disgusting. If I look at it, it makes me want to throw up. In my fridge, the wife and all them, I have to have it. I'll turn it. I'll put stuff in front of it.
You Blair Witch the mayonnaise? You put it in the corner?
I will put stuff in front of it so I don't even have to see it. Like, I know there's probably some stuff
that team is not good. I mean, let's be honest here. They're not good.
Bill doesn't like my draft, all right. But like, I know there's sometimes things that I might eat that has it. If I don't know about it, it's one thing, but I can't do it. Like if they screw up in a fast food drive-thru and they put it on my burger or whatever, I pitch it. There's no putting a fry.
Never peel that off.
Never using a fry to get it off. No, it's done.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My cousins played a prank on me one time. They covered my doorknob in mayonnaise.
No. I am with food and pickiness. Can't do it.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I can do mayonnaise like a little bit, but if
I've never tried mayonnaise.
It's disgusting.
I've never tried mayonnaise in my life.
Never tried mayonnaise. Okay.
No, but look at that. I feel like you're eating glue. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's
no shock to anybody that I haven't had mayonnaise.
Like, because I went to I think Penn Station is what it was in Kanawha City one time, and I got a sub, and they put like they put like a whole jar on the sandwich, and I haven't been back
God
to Penn
damn.
Station since.
Burn it to the ground.
Ugh.
To the ground. Jail.
All right, Phil, you're up. Nice. Come on, man. I don't even want to look at.
George just throws his phone.
I don't even look at it. I'm turning my head this way.
All right, let's see. What do I want to go with here? All right, I'm just gonna go. This is gonna like kind of contradict what we're doing right now, but glossophobia, which is a fear of public speaking.
No, not you, Phil.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you, buddy.
like it terrifies me. Like I would like do as much as I could to avoid. And like
It's on my
stuff.
list. It's on my list right now.
Like, I think doing this stuff, like the podcast and stuff, has like helped me with that a lot. But yeah, it's definitely up there for me.
Like
Speech class in high school is the worst.
Yes,
Oh,
I have
yeah,
a
this
class.
is cool,
I have a
yeah.
communications class right now where I have to do a speech, but I just have to record it in
yeah.
front of like 5 people. But
Amazing.
Yeah.
We might have to get that for the pod.
Like I don't know if you guys are religious or anything. I don't know if you go to church or whatever. But I go to church every Sunday, and I'm always telling the wife, I was like, I hope the preacher doesn't call on me to pray, because like before the service and at the end of service, I'll always ask someone to pray.
Oh, no.
And there's like 300 to 400 people, so she'll always elbow me. It's like, oh, he's looking this way. He's looking this way.
No, dude.
Oh yeah, like in
Don't play
school,
those
like,
games, man.
If the teacher would call your name, like it would just piss me off so much. Like at that point, I would just be mad, like not afraid. I'd just be mad because I had to do it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay in the abandonment tree. Apparently I might have abandonment or what issues. Fear of running out of gas or car breakdown.
Well, don't leave your car running while you're getting a little bit more.
You know what? In honor of you guys, this weekend, I filled up my truck and I turned it off, but then the pump wasn't working. I had to go to another pump and I forgot to turn it back off. So sorry. But a car breakdown, being stranded, basically just being stranded again. It's kind of the same tree as the cell phone. Being stranded, nightmare ruin to your day. I'm gonna put right up there tied with it. Missing. I have a huge fear of missing a flight. So I'm going to put that right there with it. Traveling problems. Missing a flight is absolutely, it seems like a disaster to a day.
I don't fly like often, so
I don't even know how you fix it. Like you just have to just hang out and wait for that. I don't know. But missing a flight, being late for a flight, like when we flew in for the draft, I thought we were cutting it a little bit close and we had like 30, 40 minutes to spare. But yeah, terrified of that.
I have a story about.
I have to be early everywhere. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I like to be early too. Yeah.
Yep.
I have a story about gas actually, though. I kind of had that fear a little bit when we were driving back from Florida like a couple years ago from a hurricane. We got like so far, and I wasn't paying attention to the gas. So then obviously I Google the next gas station, and it was like an hour away, and we had like a fourth of a tank. And I'm just like, I really thought we were gonna like run out of gas, and like the panic was set again. Obviously, you can just like call somebody, and they can come.
Right, it's terrifying.
But yeah, it's so terrifying.
All right. So
I mean, we can't top your list, so you're just going to take the show here. Let's keep going.
For me?
Yeah, your list is absolutely absurd. It's incredible.
All right, I have 2 more that I think are pretty weird. I do this a lot. I have a fear of spiders, which a lot of people probably have a fear of spiders. But my fear is more detailed as I'm afraid when I sit on the toilet, there's a spider behind it. And I think that has to go with like arachnophobia. And I think they are attracted to like cold stuff and all that.
Right.
So a lot of times I will look behind the toilet before I go.
That's so crazy because like I have the same fear, but the reason was when I was a kid, I was like taking a shower and I turned around and there was a huge spider in the shower behind me.
Yeah, why are they always in the bathrooms?
Yeah.
I don't know.
First week,
take a shower for like a week after that.
First week living here, this big a spider in the shower, almost
Yeah,
put
that's
the
what
house
it
right
was. I
back
was in
up.
Florida actually.
Yeah.
I was in Florida.
I've seen some people how they react to spiders when they're on camera too.
Yeah, somebody else in the league is pretty afraid of spiders too. I think.
I'm not going to mention their names, but they.
Right. SpongeBob.
Well, that was the voice that was being coming out of it. So.
I feel like we entered more into the normal zone with Detroit a little bit. We went from stickers to mayonnaise to spiders.
Well,
yeah,
we got another one coming up.
Yeah, good. Thank God.
That was also on my list, arachnophobia. So I'm going to go with another one I had. I feel like it kind of ties in with the other 2 that I had. public spaces and crowds, like agoraphobia.
Yeah.
It's weird though because I like to go to like events and stuff, but like I also have like anxiety when I'm like around like a whole group of people. So I don't know.
See, Matt's his way. He hates crowds and stuff like that. I always say it's crowded for a reason. Good times.
I don't like crowds either, but I don't mind going to sporting events.
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
It's
not a
more
fan
so,
of-
I guess, like at a grocery store, like it just pisses me off when people get in the way.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh
Like,
crap! Is it
I mean,
me?
what? Okay,
Oh,
look.
go ahead.
Okay, sorry. If you're standing down an aisle and you're shopping, like let's say
That-
the left side of the aisle, and you put your freaking shopping cart on the right side, but you block the whole damn aisle. Like, what are you doing? Am I right? Like, come on.
You're all right.
Yeah.
If we're doing a what grinds my gear segment, you'd be right on
There you
pace.
go. Like, I hate when people do that though. It
Yeah.
gets on my nerves.
All right, now this one. I'll leave the sports one for last. This one, okay, gentlemen, my beard is pretty much longer than it's ever been right now. It's not very long, but for me, it's very long. That is because, and my hair is longer than it's been a long time. That is because, in large part, all of a sudden, I don't know if it's the weather down here. I don't know if it's just me getting older. My beard is much more coarse, much more thick. I'm terrified, and this is like a whole big production when I have to trim my beard, the pulling of my beard hairs. Oh my gosh, dude. It's just little nag. Like I would rather you break my arm than pull a beard hair. Like it's so, I can't, that's why it's long right now. That's why it's long. I need to go like a professional to have it trimmed properly. I can't do it. I use the trimmers. I have Brittany in there trying to do it as well. It pulls. We get in a fight. It's a whole big mess. I cannot stand it. So now I've just come to love the slightly longer, more full beard because the beard pulling is such an annoying feeling. It's like a paper cut to the face. I can't stand it. I get so mad. And yeah, that's a big deal.
Wow. That's a different.
Does that happen to you guys? It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You use the trimmers, it pulls. Is it not the worst? It's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's not really a fear though, but yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fear. I get so. I wish I could cameo interview her right now. It is a humongous picture. I haven't trimmed my beard in like forever because of this. Terrifying. Just anticipation. Just the anticipation that it's coming. It's just gonna pull. It's gonna pull. It's gonna pull. This is the part where it pulls. I can't stand it, dude.
All right. So here's my next one. Is I have a fear of bare feet. I think feet are disgusting.
I thought you meant the animal.
What?
I thought
The
you meant
animal. He thought you meant the animal.
like a bear
No.
paw.
No. I think they're disgusting. I can't even look at when people have on sandals. I don't even like to look at my own feet. I just think they're disgusting. I don't know what God was thinking when he created feet. Why are they so ugly? I don't know. It grosses me out. So of course, all my stupid friends and coworkers will always try to send me pictures of ugly looking feet.
You have the anti-Rex Ryan.
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. They're ugly. I don't know. They just weird me out. So of course, what's the wife go out and do? She has a tattoo of my name on her foot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude! No, I think it's somewhat grossed out by them is a common thing. I think.
Okay, I thought it was might be a little bit weird, but
I think foot fetish is weird. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I don't understand that either.
I mean, it is what it is. People,
All right,
the
Phil.
heart wants what it wants. This is
right.
amazing. This is an amazing draft right now.
All right, I didn't really go any farther on my list, but I can think of a couple. I guess it's not really a fear, but blood. Like if I get blood taken, I've actually almost passed out twice now getting blood taken, because just the thought of it, like I guess coming out of my arm, just like freaks me out. But I think it goes back again to when I was like an infant. I don't remember it, of course, but I was.
Michael Scott.
This was back in the day when you could kids could ride their tricycle in the parking lot of the apartment complex. I was riding with no shoes on.
Barefoot. Oh God! All the fears with a jar of mayonnaise in your hand.
It gets worse. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that'd be even more gross. But some kid with a bicycle was being a bully, I guess, apparently. That's what my mom says. And he crashed into my foot with his bike.
Oh.
And my little toe got stuck in the spokes.
Oh,
And it ripped it halfway off. Still have a scar
Damn
on
it,
the inside
Phil.
of my toe. So apparently that was a traumatic experience for me. I don't remember it, luckily, but I think that's probably why I have a fear of blood. So, I don't know.
I can watch I can watch myself get blood drawn. I get queasy when I see somebody else. I don't understand that. You think it would be the opposite.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite of that. I can't do it. When
Yeah, I can't watch other people, but I can watch it on me. Now, my final fear, and if you really know me, you know my favorite sport to watch and play ultimately is golf. This is a golfer's worst nightmare, I think. I mean, when I talk to you. Playing by yourself. You play around by yourself, whatever the schedule works out, you can finally get out there, don't have anybody go with whatever. You pull up to the par 3, you get the hole in one. I've never had one in my life. You get a hole in one by yourself. No one will believe you, no matter how hard you plead. No evidence of it. So I've started 2 things. Either I won't even, if I'm in a rush, I'll skip the par 3s. I only want to give myself a chance, or I'm recording, no cuts the whole way, just in case. That is, it sounds stupid. It's definitely like first world problems. But asking the golfer, a hole in one when you're by yourself is a nightmare of a scenario.
Yeah, I can see it.
Any honorable mentions?
No, not really. I mean, like sports-wise, I fear that the day I die, the Lions become automatically good, and I'll never be able to see it.
I see that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was pretty good. There it is. The draft of the fears. Next week we will have another similar Halloween featured draft. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be different than what we've usually done before as far as the way we do it. Now, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Brett's big brain idea.
Oh, man.
I've had one. I teased one last week. I think I'm going to skip it. I don't think I'm going to do it yet. I should do it though. Pick a door, 1 or 2, Detroit.
2.
All right, we'll do the one I had. Okay. I wish, or I think, I know everything's going more offensive oriented, and this is a more far fetched than anything else, especially with how the league's going. This is never going to happen, but I would love to see it. I need the NFL to ban the throwaway of the ball. I hate it. I hate that the defensive line can work that hard and get in there, and all the quarterback has to do is move so many feet to the left or the right, and they can chuck it to the line of scrimmage. I think it should always be intentional grounding. And I think if you're not within a certain radius, and I hate, we talk about this, you don't judge the intent of throws. If you're not within a certain radius of a wide receiver, whether it's on purpose or not, it should be intentional grounding. And I think any throwaway should be intentional grounding outside of the spike in the football to stop the clock, which, oh, by the way, is weird that would they allow that. It never made sense to me that you can spike the football.
I don't like.
What do you say?
I don't like it because now you're forcing quarterbacks to hold on to the ball.
Yes.
And you're going to get more quarterbacks hurt.
Maybe. Yeah, no, it's a fact.
We're going to see more penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Well, true.
With roughing the passers.
Yeah.
I hate it. I think it's such a cop-out. It's such a cop-out. Running backs can't do it. Wide receivers can't. Like if it's not working, they can't just – I guess they could. They can't just – no, if it's forward handoff, they can't. They can't just chuck it out. It's such a bailout crap when a play breaks down that they can just run to the side and throw it away. And they don't do it enough, honestly. Quarterbacks don't do it enough. I would exploit it if I could. If I was a quarterback, I'd work more on exploiting it. But, yeah, I hate it. Take it out of the game.
So what if the quarterback gets hit as he's throwing it? I mean,
that's fine. Well, that's fine. That's obvious. I mean, it should be. That's fine.
I kind of get where you're saying when they throw it down the field, and
I don't get why when you get near the end zone, you're allowed to do it out of the back of the end zone too. It seems very weird.
Yeah, that is.
I think it's more about safety.
If I threw it 50 yards down the field where no one was around, it'd be intentional grounding. But I can throw it out the back of the end zone.
But you got to think the quarterbacks are the star of the league.
Right. I get the reason why they have it.
you're going to get more star quarterbacks hurt, and that hurts your product.
Force them to throw a pass that's up for grabs.
No, I don't like it.
You're not
It's
going to
not
like
your-
any of these, Herb.
Yeah.
It's not your worst idea, but
What's the worst idea?
the field goal kicker.
No, that's by far the best idea. That's the only one that's actually moving in my direction.
All right.
All right, we
anyways,
ready? We're ready for week 7?
Let's do it.
Week 7, Detroit, Mr. Maestro now. I love this. Take it over. Go to you and go, or no, what do you want to do? Go to Phil, go to me, go to you?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Let's do it that way.
Give us the first game.
Bill.
You got to do it. You got to announce the game.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh.
Sorry, people. We're just not getting used to having a 3-man booth.
Yeah, right.
So this week we are going to start off with the Dunbar Dobermans traveling to Melbourne to take on Brett's Mega Powers.
Yeah, full disclosure, I probably like Detroit. I didn't do a lot of research on these. I was trying to get the sound set up to work finally after 2.5 years. So, anyways,
I do
Which
always
we need-
love when you
we
two
do-
make it a point to let the people know that.
We need
Always-
we need some more drops, Bill. Come on, give us some.
all right.
I reserve a special place of hatred in my heart for the Elkview River Rats.
Nice.
All right, let's see. I mean, yeah, the Mega Powers are probably going to get the win here. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got.
I mean, I thought you had a little bit more than that.
Okay, Brett.
I mean, the
I
Dobermans.
know. They ain't loaded on my screen yet.
He's got Joe Burrow. Oh, I do think the Bengals in Baltimore is going to be a shootout for some reason. I don't know why. So I think Burrow is going to put up quite a bit of points. Miles Sanders, can they just give him the ball already? Like, geez Louise. If they do, it's going to be good for the Dobermans, but I don't think they are. So it's not going to help him at all. And then you're rolling with Trey Lance, and you have Russell Gage in your offensive spot.
That's where we're at, baby.
I mean,
Baby.
I think you're just gonna squeak it out with what you have. But it's gonna be
Oh, Lord
closer
help.
than the spread, I think. So go with the Meg Brothers.
Okay. Yes, this is Dak's bye week. Yes, Dak is my only routine starting quarterback on this team, which means we have Trey Lance, who might not even play, projected a whopping 2.5. We're going to hope for a goal line play where he gets a run in. Hopefully Gibson. I can't have anybody out. My running backs of Gibson, Booker, and Bolden. Oh, hopefully it's the last week without Jerry Jeudy, because then we get Ridley, Smith, Jeudy, and Cooks. That's a nice little 4 wide receiver pair right there. I am fortunate to catch the Dobermans when I am with the Steelers and the Bills. That's the 2 teams that are their nucleus on bye. Absolute amazing luck right there.
I'm not
on
going to
me.
go over kicker like Phil does.
My bad. Do it again.
But I do have me somehow getting lucky and getting, maybe not getting lucky, getting unlucky and getting the victory here over the Dobermans.
Yeah, looking at your team, we already covered, like, you got to start Lance.
Woo!
That's pretty bad. So you're basically going to have no quarterback this week. Unfortunately for the Dunbar, like you said, no Josh Allen, no Najee Harris, no Deontay Johnson. He still does have Joe Burrow in his lineup. He traded away Antonio Brown. Odell Beckham's banged up. This has you as a 22-point favorite. I don't see it.
Very
being
surprised by that.
I still don't see it being that big of a spread.
Yeah,
And
either.
for some reason, I want to take Keith, but I can't.
Oh,
I hate picking your team, but I think you're going to get the win this week. So next, we have Polka Pharmacist versus the Cross Vegas Gamblers. Bill?
All right. Hang on. Let me get ready here real quick. My phone froze. Also, my bad. I keep forgetting I have hotkeys attached to letters on my keyboard. So anytime I go to type something, it'll play a sound drop.
That's
amazing.
awesome.
And I keep forgetting about that. So
Amazing.
if you hear a random one, that's what happened. All right, let's see. Well, both of these teams have looked pretty good this year. So I think this could be a decent matchup. The spread is only a 9-point game. I think that's probably going to be pretty accurate, but I think both teams may score more than they're projected. LJ is projected 220, and the Gamblers are projected 230. I can see it in the 250 range. One thing I'm worried about is I still don't like LJ's running backs pretty much at all. I mean, he's got Edmonds, who shows some flashes every now and then. But then Michael Carter, he's just probably not getting the ball enough yet to make a big difference. Then on the other side, the Gamblers have Tom Brady, of course, who's putting up huge numbers as usual. Well, not as usual, but like he used to in his younger days anyways. Daniel Jones has looked really rough recently. If he was looking good, I think I may go Gamblers. But I think I'm going to go Pharmacist in this one.
All right. Brett.
Look, it's very simple. This is a broken team. This is a broken man. It's a broken city. He's going to lose his third straight after the Savage, including the Savage Bowl. He just can't. He can't mount up. I mean, Edmonds looks awful. He's starting Michael Carter. Michael Carter. The bye weeks have come for this man. Allen Robinson. Really, Russell Gage might outscore him this week. Marquez Callaway, thank God he put him in the lineup because he spent all his fab on him in week 1. Another brilliant decision from the Pharmacist. But the Gamblers are absolutely on fire, almost putting up 300 last week. Tom Brady's rolling. Daniel Jones is a sneaky fantasy darling of the years. First, he's had 2 back-to-back bad weeks, but before those, he was rolling. And why was he rolling, kids? Because he runs. He runs.
I was going to say he smokes.
No. The Gamblers' defense is enough to put them over the top. Gamblers win.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh during your thing, but you take shots at everybody. It's just no wonder you're always
What do you mean?
Everyone else's joke.
What do you mean?
So another brilliant decision by him spending all his free agent money.
I reserve those for LJ, mainly.
All right. The first time these two matched up, the Poker Pharmacist pulled out a 7-point victory. I don't think that's going to happen this week. He has Tannehill going against Kansas City, which is nice because Kansas City's defense is trash. No Big Ben, not that he's really lighting it up. Waller, he's going to put up his points. The Gamblers, you look at his team, I hate saying it, but it's pretty good. Even though he's got J.D. McKissick. Did I say that right? In his lineup?
You did.
Nice.
Amazingly.
Brady and Fournette going against the Bears. That should be interesting. Daniel Jones going against Carolina. He's got a huge defensive edge here, so I think this is going to be a pretty easy victory for the Gamblers. Now we go to the Bearded Bastards at home hosting the Marmette Midnight Riders. Bill?
Yeah, I mean, it was to the point where Matt seemed like he was ready to give up on life at this point, much less sports. But he somehow pulled out the win last week. His Raiders looked pretty good again. I think it's like kind of like with Eric with the Renegades. He kind of goes as the Lions go, and I think Matt kind of goes as the Raiders go with Carr and Jacobs. I think it'll be a pretty high-scoring game between the Raiders and the Eagles, so I think they're going to put up some points. And on the other side for the Midnight Riders, I don't like Mike's running backs with Gainwell and Collins. Not a big fan of either one of those guys. Sam Darnold, he's looked up and down so far this season. Had some good games, had some average games. Teddy Bridgewater has actually been somewhat of a surprise, I think, with some of the good games he's had. But I think he's going to have a tough matchup against Cleveland. So I'm going to go with the Bastards to get a close win in this one.
Looking at Baboli, of course, we talked about Carr gets the Eagles. It should be a decent matchup for him, which means Jacob gets the Eagles as well. Darrell Williams, we'll see what he does this week. Let me just say this, obviously, and it's a shock to me, and I got it wrong completely. The Chiefs don't seem to be in love with Hilaire. They don't use him right, or they don't use him how we thought he'd be used. So that job is up for grabs more so than you thought it would be. Let's say that. AJ Brown looked good in the second half on Monday night. Looked awful in the first. A little Chipotle stomach poisoning for him. If the Midnight Riders are going to win this game, it's going to be on the defensive end because these running backs and these quarterbacks are womp, not that great. So I'm going to go with Baboli getting the W and going for 2 in a row after a shaky start and moving over to a winning record.
Yeah. I look at this game and ESPN projections only has an 8-point spread, and I just don't see how it's that small. The Midnight Riders without his Chargers, he's hurting really bad without them. Plus, not having Justin Jefferson, another huge loss. I don't like his running backs. For him to stay in this, I think his quarterbacks have to do more than their projections, and the defense has to live up to what they're projected to do. The Bearded Bastards, the Raiders going against the Eagles, I think he's going to get points out of Carr and Jacobs. You touched on Darrell Williams. Kamara's going to get his points. A.J. Brown, I think he's been kind of underperforming this year. I could be wrong. But, yeah, let me take a look. I know I shouldn't have done this on the go. But anyways, I still like Matt's team. I think this is going to be – I would have loved to see this matchup if both teams are full strength. But unfortunately, it's the bye hell week. So I'm going to go with the Bearded Bastards. And a pretty easy one. So now we go to, we have the evil Empire going to the road to the new up and coming Roxalana Renegades. Phil, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, the Renegades are coming on strong here recently. It's going to be a tough matchup to keep that streak going. But I really like Matthew Stafford. I don't know what I call him Matt. I don't know what he usually goes by. I really like Stafford. Stafford, there you go. I really like him in his matchup against his old team, the Lions. I think he's going to put up some big numbers. I think he wants to put up some big numbers. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes on the other side, he's still been great, but he obviously hasn't been what he usually is in the last couple of weeks, it seems like anyways. But the Renegades somehow got a steal this season in Cordarrelle Patterson. Brett, you may know a little bit about that.
Heard of him.
All right. And then the Evil Empire also has Jalen Hurts, though, who is actually just Tim Tebow 2.0.
Amazing.
Even though he's 5th in fantasy points, which Tebow never even came close. I think it comes down to the running backs, and while the Evil Empire does have Joe Mixon, don't like Elijah Mitchell that much. On the other side, the Renegades have Jonathan Taylor, who's having a pretty good season in the last few weeks. DeAndre Swift is having a pretty decent season as well. I think this one's going to be really close, but I think in a surprise, slight upset, I guess, the Renegades are going to pull out the win here.
Nice.
Okay, so breaking this down, Kansas City off a hot week versus a football team. Getting Tennessee, that's a terrible defense. That's great for Mahomes. Cooper Kupp getting the Lions. That seems like a nightmare for our loved ones down in Detroit. Just matchups alone, Baltimore defense isn't what it was. Jamar Chase has been absolutely rolling. Matchup alone, I got to give this to the Evil Empire. Their matchups are much more favorable according to what I'm seeing. Swift against the Rams, not great. I don't know if Patterson will keep this stuff up in Miami. It's been wild to see. At some point, it just is what it is, but I still can't believe it myself. And I don't trust Tua. He might light up the Falcons. This is a good matchup for him, but I do not trust him. I would be tempted to go Jared Goff in this situation, even though he's been terrible as well. But just because of the quarterback matchups and the bad running back matchups for the key players of the Renegades, I'm going with the Evil Empire getting the dub.
Yeah, you look at this game, and I love Stafford going against the Lions, but you got to also look at the Evil Empire, and they have Kupp. So you got to hope, if you're Eric, that he's throwing that ball to either the running backs, Higbee or Woods, and not throwing so much to Kupp. Kupp's the number one receiver right now. Jamar Chase, maybe rookie of the year. It's got to be like the leading candidate, maybe.
I'd say so.
You talked about Patrick Mahomes going against Tennessee. They're a bottom 10 defense right now. Hurts, I think he's going to score some points against the Raiders. I do like Eric's defense. I think his running backs will be okay. I think they're going to produce. So I think it's going to come down to maybe Tua getting some points against that Atlanta defense. I'm going to go on a surprise. I'm going to go with Phil on this one. I think the Renegades get the upset. So I like it. All right, now we go. Yeah. Now we go battle of the podcast host. Wake Forest Lumberjacks head north to come take on my Elkview River Rats. Phil, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping I'd get a bounce back win this week, but I think yet again the cards may be stacked against me. Nick Chubb already rolled out for tomorrow or whenever the game is. I can't remember the exact day. This week he's rolled out for
Tonight.
this week.
It's tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight. Okay. I got a few key guys on defense that are on a bye. Trevor Lawrence is on a bye. I know he hasn't looked great, but I feel like the past couple of weeks he's been coming along. Yeah, I don't know. I expect a pretty big game from the Packers, even though it is against the Washington football team. I think they're going to keep it rolling. So, yeah, I mean, you obviously have the duo of Rodgers and Adams, who are probably going to put up some big numbers. I think Chuba Hubbard is starting again for the Panthers, so that's a pretty big plus for you. I mean, I want to pick myself, but I just don't think I can do it. I think the River Rats are going to get the win here.
Thank you, Phil.
Jesus. The River Rats are rolling right now. Do you have Alan Lazard in your starting lineup?
I do right now. I got some.
I was mocked for this, man.
I got Claypool on a bye this week, and so is Emmanuel Sanders. So
I was mocked for my Alan Lazard love, although he hasn't had the year he was having before he went out with that core injury. But it's a good bye week, Phil. I think Phil's problem right now, Roz, in his wide receivers, they're not doing terrible, but they're not doing what they were projected to do going into the year. You have the wide receiver 28, 20, and 24, when all three of these, you wouldn't have blinked twice if they were all wide receiver one, top 12 in the wide receiver one category in Woods, Godwin, and Lockett. Obviously, Geno being in there instead of Russ really hurts Lockett. And Robert Woods he's coming on more so lately, but he wasn't getting any looks from Stafford for a while there. So we'll see. I do like your running backs. I do like your running back matchups. Talking about Detroit. And your quarterback matchups put it over the top for me. River Rats win, improved to 5-2.
Thank you.
Stop thinking.
I think, Phil, with your team this week, I think your running backs have the edge because I think Henry's going to run on Kansas City. Kansas City can't stop anybody. Washington's a terrible defense right now. Not having Nick Chubb does help me, which, by the way, Phil, I was wondering, did you even think about picking up Dearness Johnson? Because I just blew my whole free agency thing on because I figured you were going to try to pick him up.
I did not. For some reason, I'm like just awful at free agency. I don't know why.
In a miraculous turn of events, our GM wizard, Jonathan Detroit Haynes, spent all of his fab on a player. What is it, $101?
$101.
$101 on a player, and the next closest bid was non-existent. No one else bid on this guy, which is kind of awful in our league, by the way. I don't have anything left.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I would have, but that's kind of bad on our league for not even putting anything up for the guy.
Well, I figured he's starting.
Starting running backs in this league are tough to get.
Yeah.
So I think your team's gonna have a little bit of advantage there. So I'm hoping my running backs kind of keep it close with your running backs. I do love my quarterback situations. I touched on it. Washington's a terrible defense right now. Lamar against Cincinnati. Cincinnati right now is the number 7 defense, but it's still Lamar. I think he's going to put up some points. So just for Phil's got he had some guys on buys this week. I'm going to go with my team. Even though it says I'm a 26-point favorite, I don't expect to win by 26 points.
It's just great to be me.
This is true. This is true.
Why in God's name would you have ever said that, Drop?
I don't know. All right. So now we go to the game of the week, also known the battle for more ping pong balls. Phil, what you got?
Give me a second. I was thinking that was the last game, so I wasn't ready for that.
I forgot.
Perfect for the game of the week. We forget to get it ready.
It is the Hurricane Wampus Cats versus the Canal City Kings. Or Canal County Kings.
Hurricane or hurricane? Like, how do we? I say hurricane. What do you guys say?
Hurricane.
I don't know.
That's what I thought. Yeah. You said hurricane. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm from the north. That's why we say it.
He also said Cincinnati.
Okay.
Very weird.
Michigan.
Did I really say it like that?
You said Cincinnati weird. I don't think it's like how I said it though.
All right. This is going to be a pretty low scoring game. I mean, both of these guys have, well, actually, the Wampus Cats have Kyler Murray, who's obviously one of the greatest fantasy players in the game right now. But he kind of traded away literally everybody else on his team. That being said, I still think he has a pretty good edge against the Kings. I don't like a lot of his team. Taylor Heineke, he's made some good throws, and he's actually put up some decent points in a few games this year, but I just don't see it against Green Bay. I think they're going to be able to shut him down pretty well. And then he has to start Mac Jones is the second quarterback, he's looked more just like a game manager so far in his career. And I kind of think he's going to stay the same pretty much. So I'm going to go Wampus Cats here. I think it's going to be a little closer than the looks like 24-point spread, but I still think they're going to win.
I have a hypothetical here. Who do you think scores more, Kyler Murray and Demetric Felton, or Taylor Heineke and Mac Jones? I think I lean towards Kyler Murray versus the Jets, with Felton helping. So those are their two quarterback and offensive player slots there. One thing for the Kings, I'm waiting on Jacoby Myers to do his thing, right, to get going. Like I really thought he would be, running wide receiver 2. He's sitting on the edge of wide receiver 3 right now. So if he can get going, maybe the Kings have a chance. We're getting near the end of the Melvin Gordon story. So if you're going to get some points out of him, you think you'd see it sometime soon. I just keep waiting for that other shoe to drop on that dynamic in the running back room in Denver. I have to go with A.J. Dillon because of bye week problems. The defense also is better for the Wampus Cats. So I am going with the Wampus Cats to get their second W and me to somehow remain the Kings' only win on the season.
Yeah, you look at the score, it has this like a 187 to 163 projected score right now. These are obviously, I would say, the two worst teams. They're both 1-5.
Yeah,
the two lowest scoring teams. I would love to find out what the lowest scoring team for a whole season was, because I think Tim might be on pace to match that.
The extra game might save him, but yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe not.
I really think Tim's roster is just nothing to look forward to. I know I touched on this last week. Maybe Mac Jones, but at least the Wampus Cats have Kyler Murray and Herbert. I just don't see how Tim's going to pull this one out with that roster. So I'm also going to go with the Wampus.
We're losing our man Detroit here.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was me or not.
No, it's Detroit and his Elkview internet cans.
Probably the lowest.
Here it comes.
Oh,
my bad. Coming back slowly.
Frozen.
Yep, you're back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, there we go. You're moving.
Okay.
Must be a storm coming.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to take the Wampus Cats and the lowest total scored in game. So that's our predictions for this week. Last week, I went undefeated, 6-0. Brett, you went 5-1.
That was my game.
I'm now 28-8 on the year. You are 22-14. Lock of the week, I won with Dallas, -3.5. Barely. Brett, you won with the Raiders at +3.5. So now you are finally on the win column. 1-4-1. I am 3-3. And my upset, I hit the Chargers, upsetting the Ravens. That did not happen.
Didn't work out.
So I'm also 3-3. This week, my lock of the week, I'm taking the Rams against my Lions, -14.5. The Lions can't stop anybody. They've only scored more than 17 points once, and that was week 1 against the Niners. My upset of the week is I like the Giants, and I already forgot who they're playing, but I like the Giants.
Absolutely incredible.
So that's all I got this week, and Brett, you suck.
Wait. I got it for you.
Brett sucks.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Phil, tell the people how they can get a hold of us and your luck of the week as well.
All right. Hopefully, if everything worked out properly, you should be able to see all that on the screen. But you can follow the show at KDFL Podcast. You can follow myself at Phil Ruxey. You can follow Detroit at Detroit8374, and you can follow our great host Brett at Brett Still 2. The great part was a little exaggeration.
Yeah.
The host was right, I guess. My lock of the week, for some reason, I just think Bengals Ravens is going to be a shootout. So I'm going to go over 47. That's going to be my lock. And I don't remember what else. I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Way to knock the rust off. By the way, the Giants play the Panthers.
You just said that.
All right. Did he?
Anyways, just go ahead.
Anyway.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Oh, I thought you said Phil said. Anyway, we'll shake the rust off for next week's episode. The 3-man band stuff to do. Lock of the week. 17.5-point dogs, the Houston Texans. I feel like the Cardinals, the Cardinals are the type of team that can play down a little bit to their competition. And if this line was 16.5, I wouldn't want it. The extra point for that 17.5 makes it enticing to me, even though I know a lot of people that are quote unquote smart gamblers stay away from NFL lines this big. And naturally, what do the two of the 3 hosts on this podcast do? Run right into that storm headlong. So, for Jonathan Detroit Haynes, for Mr. Phil Ruxey, a little music send off. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week right here on the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast.
Bye.